Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. I hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on Solana. We're going to do a full update. We'll talk about the fundamentals, we'll talk about the technicals, we'll talk about yesterday. Yesterday we got to move into that key area, which we have spoken about before, between 160 and 164. That is the level we need to reclaim if we actually want to get somewhat of a bullish structure again. And we failed to do that. Right, you can see this massive confluence zone of the 200 EMA, the 4-hour downtrend, the 7-day rolling VWAP, which provided resistance initially. Then the seller's conviction was tested, and then we started to fall. Right, so that happened yesterday, but I think ultimately we do still have a chance to still break above that. Not today, but tomorrow maybe, going into the weekend. But we'll talk about that. First of all, let's talk about some fundamentals. Fundamentally, what's quite interesting is that Solana isn't even doing that bad or anything, right? Fundamentally, I would actually go as far as saying that we are doing better than where we were consolidating right here. You can see the DEX trading volumes have been quite impressive in the last week. Maybe that was also helped, or at least maybe that's going to be helped, because this is a little bit lagging data, by the news that we have, that we are going to get a pump fund token launched on Solana. So that's obviously going to be a massive token launch. And that might also increase the DEX trading volumes, right? And it might also increase the demand for Solana. Have we seen that so far? No, right? But it's hypothetically, and that is something to watch. But that's if you did not know that happened yesterday. So far, no reaction. But like I said, the fundamentals itself are actually quite good. TVL has dropped down a little bit. But that's also because a lot of the total value that's locked on Solana is in Sol coins, right? So if Solana drops down, which it has done, the TVL also drops down. So I normally don't pay that much attention to that. And like I said, DEX trading volumes have been great. But technically, like I said, we've had a bit of a rejection. So my analysis is very simple right here. As we are trading below the 12-hour trend, as we are trading below the daily trend right here, and as we failed to break above the most important resistance level we had, it's most likely we are going to drop down lower. Sometimes it's as easy as that, right? Purely technically, if we just think about what chart tells us instead of what we want to see from the chart, I would say that's most likely, right? So that we are going to fill those imbalances a little bit lower here towards 150. And that we can potentially also drop down to the 90-day rolling VWAP at 142. So I think ultimately that direction and that move is most likely. Now, like I said at the start, I do still think we have a chance though to reverse. That is a possibility, but I need to see more for that, right? At this point of time, like yesterday, we had a little bit of leverage coming into the price. All of that has been flushed. The volume yesterday also increased slightly, but that has also decreased already after that rejection, which is a bearish sign. And then what we see if we look at the data is that Solana has mostly been pushed in the last month during the US session, right? So later in the day, in about, well, you all know when the US session is. And most of the momentum is on Tuesday and Thursday. Wednesday is actually a little bit of a bearish day normally for Solana. So that in combination with the rejection and the volume decreasing makes me say that, short term, I think it's more likely we'll do something like this. And then tomorrow, if we actually do see a lot of strength returning to the markets, strength returning to Bitcoin, then there is always a chance that Solana is able to reclaim that level, right? So that possibility is there. But like I said, when we started talking about this, I don't have enough confirmation. I don't have enough reason to believe that that's most likely, all right? And in these videos, I always tell you what I think is most likely, and what I think is most likely right now is stability, but ultimately a move down lower. So those are my thoughts, but I will keep you updated on that. For now, have a great day. Thank you for watching. Take care, and bye.